Get us rolling. This is Jennifer Donahue, and thank you all for joining us on a weeknight. I know that can be a little crazy, but we'll try and make it quick and make it worth your time. We've got Dr. Beth Ebel on the line, who is the co-chair of our legislative committee, along with Leila Crevet, and Amber Olvenes, who is our lobbyist. And you'll meet both of them on next Friday if you haven't met them already. I'm just going to go over quickly what we're going to cover today or tonight. I've got a few housekeeping things about the day that I want to make sure you know. And we'll go over the agenda. And then Amber will talk about how to be an effective advocate. And Beth will go over our legislative priorities for this session. And then we'll have time for questions at the end. Okay, so first thing, I know I've sent out reminders about this, but if you haven't had a chance to already, download our mobile app for your smartphone before Advocacy Day, because I'm going to put everybody's meetings in there, and that will be an easy way for you to keep track of your meetings. I'm also I'll print out schedules as well, but I think you'll find it handy to have that right on your phone. And another good thing is I can track the bills that we're working on in that same app, and so that allows you to look up a bill number and see who's sponsoring it, what committee it's in, and get any information you might need. It's super easy to do, and if you just go to the advocacy section of our website and look for the Action Center app, it takes just a second to install, so I just encourage you to do that. Then the next thing is we're going to have a videographer there doing recording people telling patient stories. And what we have found is that legislators, they like data. Data is important, but they remember stories. And so we really need you to talk about some of the things you're seeing in your community. And we have some specific prompts that I've got on the slide here. And I will send those out ahead of time so that you have time to be thinking about them. And we really just want 60 seconds, just a minute of you just telling about maybe a family you've seen in your clinic that has had trouble accessing care, maybe a child that's had some behavioral health issues. Sorry about that. So just be sort of forewarned that we'll be asking you to do that, and we'd appreciate anyone who's able to take 60 seconds to do that on Advocacy Day. That'd be great. Let's skip that one. The other thing is we can send text notifications about action alerts this session. So if you are used to getting our action alerts by email, we can also push them to your smartphone so that you can just click on your phone and take action right from your phone and not have to think about it anymore. So it's super easy to do that. All you have to do is text WCAAP to 50457 and you'll be signed up for that. I think that's it for me. Okay, I'll just go over the schedule really quickly, and Amber and Beth, feel free to jump in if you want to add anything. So we'll start the day by going over the legislative priorities to make sure everybody has a good solid grasp of that, and some Advocacy 101. And we're going to allow a lot of time for people to practice their advocacy, and we'll pair you up and have you practice talking to each other about our issues. After that, actually our speaker is going to be Beth Ebel about protecting children from firearm injury, so we're very excited about that. And then Governor Jay Inslee will be joining us at 10:15, followed by Rick Weaver, who's an expert in behavioral health integration. Representative Monica Jurado-Stonier, who is the chair of the Child Health One Table. Representative Tana Sen, who has been a real champion for us on children's mental health. Senator Sharon Brown, who has likewise been a real champion for us on children's mental health. And then we'll take a break, pick up lunches, and there will be a number of legislators joining us to lead discussions at various lunch tables. So that is new this year, and we're looking forward to seeing how that goes. I think you'll find it time well spent. One thing just to note, we are scheduling your meetings right now. I've got those almost finalized. They are sort of scattered throughout the day, so you'll just have to pick up and go to your meetings whenever they're scheduled. And we'll be right in the main legislative building, so you won't have to go far. We'll have campus maps available. We have not scheduled any meetings for the period of time when the governor is speaking, so everybody will be there for that. But you may have to miss some of the other speakers. It's just sort of how the day goes. Does anybody have any questions about the schedule before we move on? Okay. I'm going to move ahead then. Okay, Amber. Are up.
Okay. Oh, great. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, great. So hello, everybody.
Yep.
I'm so excited for Lobby Day. It will be my first one with your organization, and I'm just so excited and pleased and proud to be doing this work with you. So I've got a few tips for meeting with your legislators that day that I've outlined right here on this list. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is preparing for your meeting. Learning about your legislator ahead of time is helpful. All legislators have biographies online at the legislative website, leg.wa.gov, so you can, get a little background on them. And then you want to do some work on preparing what you would like to say. We are absolutely going to help you do that. But it definitely helps to go into a meeting being prepared with what you want to get accomplished. And then be ready to meet with staff. This is an especially important point just because the days, legislative days are crazy, unpredictable. Things come up all the time. So if it turns out you're not meeting with a member and you get to meet with their staff person instead, that is still a very valuable meeting because legislators consult with their staff and fully inform them on meetings that they're having. So next, when you're at your meeting with your member, it's key to know that these meetings are quite short, typically 10 to 15 minutes long. So that's always, it's always good to keep that in mind. So your voice matters. I think that you will find a very warm welcome when you go to meet legislators and find appreciation for what you do. Actually speaking to you and hearing from you if you live or practice in their district and being a member of their community is very valuable to those members. Ask questions. I think that it's easy to, because you know that you have a short meeting time, to try to get all your points in, but it's also important to leave some space both for them to ask you questions and to give you a chance to listen to them, as well as ask questions of them. So before you leave your meeting, it's important to ask for a commitment. It's so easy for a legislator to say, sure, I support the work that you're doing. But if we ask for a commitment such as, will you vote yes on this bill? And you are recording that on a piece of paper or in your notes. Or if we want them to request a specific budget item, will you be willing to request this of the budget chair? That's what we want to do because we want to get commitments from them and not just support. And then it's okay if you leave without a firm commitment. Sometimes members say, oh, I'm not ready on that. Then I would ask if you could follow up with them after they've had a bit of time to think about it. leave the door open for future advocacy. If by chance your meeting isn't going well with them, I don't think this is going to happen often at all. We just want to leave those meetings in a